Hello there! Welcome back to another episode of Rule the Waves 2. I'm Katori87, and it looks like we are already in battle. Based on this, sink 2 ships any ship. I believe we're doing some sort of coastal raid. Let's see where we are. Oh my! We're raiding off the coast of Japan. Right over here is the Tsushima Strait, and it looks like we are heading straight for that. And hopefully we'll find some ships near Sasebo. Maybe one of those Japanese battle cruisers or something that we can sink. Unfortunately, we're already, as we can see down here, it's past 2 in the afternoon local time, so we don't have that much time to do gun work. But we do have some destroyers with us, so maybe we'll be able to do some torpedo work. Alright. Well, let's get right into things and see what happens. We'll pick up the speed. Alright, there we go, our first catch of the day. We'll turn towards, accelerate to max speed, and see where they're going. Alright, looks like they're headed to the east. So we'll run these guys down and see what we can get. Okay, it's a Corvette. So we'll close in and finish that off. I'm going to tell my battle cruiser to hold fire, and I will order a flotilla attack instead. Hopefully they can do the job. Alright, we're close enough. I think we can open fire. There we go. I think that's plenty of damage. Hold fire again. Yeah, she stopped. Alright, do we want to pick up survivors? Sure, we'll pick up survivor. We'll drop down to 20 knots as well. Maintain our fuel reserves. Oh, there's sunset. That's not so good. Alright, we have a new contact. We'll pick up our speed. Looks like it's heading south to north, so we'll cut and intercept. And there's a transport. There we go. Our objective is met. And I'm going to call that there, because that is good enough. We'll drop back down to 20 knots, and we shall disengage. Not quite the decisive, crushing victories that I've been hoping for, but in this case, with a mostly night fight, I'm not particularly interested. Alright, oh. Looks like one of our destroyers has encountered a large group of enemies. That looks like their main force. I do not want to get involved with that. So we may end up... There we go. Tess decided to turn around. Hopefully she actually heads back towards the main fleet. But who knows? We'll see. We'll drop back down to cruising speed. And Tess took some damage. Yeah, she's probably lost. Well, that is unfortunate. But she's the one who wandered off and got herself in that mess, not me, so it's entirely her fault. Alright, mission end, and yep, we did end up losing that destroyer. But with all the points for sinking those ships, glorious victory. Not great, but enough to keep the pressure on the Japanese. We'll end that scenario. Alright, major victory. And, ooh, it looks like we are now blockading Japan as well as France. Haha. Alright, the Impermeable has finished her working up. We also get 4 replacement destroyers. Outstanding. Ooh, and new fire control. That's good. And new upgrades for heavy cruisers. Probably will not be taking advantage of this anytime soon. But who knows, maybe in another 10 years it'll be a good idea. Alright, there we go. Shutting down the Japanese raiders. Well, that's good. And lots of points for blockading the enemy. Alright, let's catch up on what all is happening. We just started building new docks, so that's good. We can never have too many or too large of docks. We just finished workups for one of our battle cruisers, the Impermeable. So that's good. Ooh, this is the one with the 3 triples as opposed to 4 twins. Interesting. And let's see how our other ships are doing. One more Impermeable should be coming out of the yards shortly. We've got some seaplane tenders on the way. Relatively cheap. So that's good. Don't want to spend too much on these things, but hey, they'll provide some scouting eventually if we ever build any scout planes. Which we cannot do right now because we haven't unlocked that technology. But we can build carriers for them, or at least tenders for them. So who knows, maybe they'll figure that out in a little while. And then we have plenty more destroyers on the ways. And we have our new Inconsiderable class battle cruisers. Those are impressive. I cannot wait to see those proper 16-inch gun battle cruisers in action. I would more consider these proper fast battleships, but our game has decided, based on their speed, that they are battle cruisers for now. And honestly, I'm fine with that. I'm quite happy to keep them as battle cruisers, so that they can spawn into more actions. Alright, and we've got a few more ships that are able to be mothballed. So the Barflers, now that he's done getting repaired, we can put that sucker in mothballs. And it'll probably end up getting scrapped at the end of this war, along with all of the armored cruisers, these Europas. They have done good service, but it is time for them to go. At this point, they are nothing but an expense, and an unnecessary one. Alright, plenty of light cruisers still around. They're still doing good service in the Mediterranean and in Northern Europe. And we have an invasion planned for Corsica. I forgot about that. We're trying to invade Corsica. Kick the French out from their own backyard. Sounds good to me. Alright, nothing else going on here, so let's move on to our next turn. We have a convoy attack at Corsica. I am, of course, very interested in this, so I accept. France cannot challenge us. And I guess that's it for fights for the day. So, on to technology. Improved fuses. That's good. And we are close to mastering improved airship engines. And invasion of Corsica delayed to uncertain margin of superiority. Alright, we'll just have to build up our troop forces for a little while longer. Oh no, the Revenge has hit a mine and is damaged. She'll be in dockyard hands for 4 months. Well, that's not so good. I do not like the number of mining events that we've had in the last couple turns. So let's check. Area overview, Northern Europe. We do have a fair bit of mine sweeping in the area. So I guess it would be worse if they didn't have mine sweeping there. Let's see what kind of mine layers France has. So we've got some AMCs that have mines, 60 mines, 50 mines, 40 mines, 40 mines, 40 mines. Yep, France is building AMCs and is using them. And that is definitely causing some trouble. But I'm not really seeing a whole lot else. And it looks like France has kicked off a massive submarine building program. That's interesting. I wonder if we've got some misidentified submarine sinkings. How's Japan doing on mines? Yeah, they're definitely loading up some of their AMCs with mines. I do not like that. And they are building AMCs to go raiding. But it doesn't look like they're really equipping much else. And heck, they don't even have all that much left to begin with. They've got a few dreadnoughts and that's it. All of which seem to be in the yards. And that's what that speed 18 means, that it's not available for deployment, so it's probably in the yards for refit. It's not actually 18 knots. For example, the Tsukuba actually goes 24 knots. So it's probably getting refit. Alright, so I think we're just starting to see more mining events because of those AMCs out in service. Alright, well there's not a whole lot else more to do here. We've already mothballed all the ships that need to be mothballed and done all the things that need to happen, so we'll move on to our next turn. Small engagement around Corsica. I accept. France declines. Ooh, Bonaventure intercepts Japanese raider running the blockade. Well, this is probably one of those AMCs. But I'm not interested in doing a long fight right now, so we'll just auto-resolve that. Yep, there it was. AMC Teikyo Maru sunk by our ship. Hooray. Good job, Bonaventure. And we're commissioning a new light cruiser. Enemy has sounded us about a negotiated peace. Let's try and crush them completely. Who knows, maybe we'll get that invasion. Yep, there we go. We'll founder those peace negotiations. And it looks like they're starting to get submarines out as well. Enemy submarine has sunk our corvette East Wales in a spirited gun duel. I do not like that. Yeah, they're starting to get a lot of submarines out. That is not good. Alright, time to investigate. What can we do about that? We already have our 500 tonners on trade protection. Let's see. We still got plenty of red poles in Northern Europe. So I think it's time to take our 600 tonners and start putting some of those over to trade protection. So we'll take a good... Actually, let's take all of the ships that are on good status, and we'll put those on trade protection. There we go. 12 ships, all good in Northern Europe. And we'll put those on trade protection. Try and shut down that submarine stuff. Alright, let's move on to our next turn. A convoy attack, medium-sized, I accept. Wow, France actually accepted this one. Alright, so objective is to six transports. And we have nothing but destroyers to do the job with. Oh boy. Well, the good news is at least the enemy's close. Or at least the expected area is close, so we'll see what we get. Alright, unknown ship sighted. Accelerate to attack speed. Let's get these fellows. There we go. Convoy. Yeah, right in the middle of the convoy. That's what we want. We'll just sail up and down. Actually, you know what? Hoist the flotilla attack. Let them know they can do their thing. We'll just circle around. Looks like the other line of destroyers is going after the port wing, so we'll focus on the starboard wing here. There we go, starting to get our first torpedo hits. Alright. Gotta do some damage. And that convoy is scattered. Let's head off to the northeast and see what we can do. Well, looks like there's some enemy destroyers as well. But I think we're going to focus on the transports right now. Try and knock those all down. There we go. Get that continuous running so we can keep going. Oh, it's going to keep on getting interrupted by spotting reports. And I have no idea if I'll actually get credit for this, even though I'm surely doing lots of damage and almost certainly have already met the requirement. I think we need to observe the transports getting sunk in order to get credit for them. Oh, there we go. Objective complete. Alright. Recall the flotilla. Let's form back up and get out. Mission complete. Okay, fellows. Let's sink this thing. There we go. Alright. Good job. Time to head home. We'll reduce speed to cruising, and we will GTFO. And there we go, out of the area. The sun will rise on a broken and destroyed convoy. And another glorious victory for the British Empire. Huzzah! Man, it's June already? Should be getting that invasion soon. This is like perfect conditions. I mean, not right now, overcast and foul weather, but in general, this is perfect conditions. Oh no! While retiring from the engagement, one of our destroyers is torpedoed by an enemy submarine. How rude! Oh! Oh man. We did so much damage to them. But those 7 surviving merchants were worth a lot more points. I underestimated that. We knocked down 10 of their transports, but they had 7 left, and those 7 surviving merchants were worth more than the 10 that I sank. Oh man. Alright. Well, it is what it is. Well, we're definitely getting results from the blockades. Food shortages and privations in France. And one of our battle cruisers is commissioned. And some destroyers as well, hooray. And we get better engines for our airships. Yay, hopefully that means lighter range or longer range and higher speed. Ooh, this is significant. Improved 4-inch guns, quality 1. Outstanding. And again, our invasion of Corsica is delayed. That is getting annoying. Alright, we're definitely starting to see some significant merchant sinkings from these submarines. Or from these enemy submarines. We lost 10 merchants to the submarines. We sank 3 of their submarines. That is not enough. Not enough at all. The enemy has 126 operational subs. Wow, it's like they're not even trying. But those raiders are starting to get results, and I don't like that. Alright, I think it is time to put some of our battle cruisers on trade protection to try and shut down those raiders. Alright, let's see, what do we got? We've got 2 impermeables currently in active fleet or working up. Let's take one of these incomparables. and put that on trade protection. There we go. Hopefully that'll shut stuff down. How are we doing in Northeast Asia? Do we have too many? Oh yeah, that's why. Okay, we are over the base cap in Northeast Asia. I need to do something about that. Let's start improving bases here. That will not change things for now. But hey, every little bit counts. Let's see, and we can take... How far over the base cap are we? I've never actually figured out what the base numbers mean. Is that thousands of tons worth of shipping that we can support? Is that point values worth of ships? That obviously isn't the case because we've only got 94 points worth of ships. And yet somehow we are over capacity. Well, let's see. So there's base capacities. What areas? Alright, so Northeast Asia, we have 95,000 tons there. Base capacity 130. I am so confused. We should be fine. And yet somehow we are not. Alright. Well then, let's try pulling one of our dreadnoughts back down to Southeast Asia. I'd rather not break the blockade on Japan. Let's see. Speaking of which, how is things going down there? Yeah, a lot of their ships are still in refit. Which means I can probably take the Invincible and bring her back to Southeast Asia for maintenance. She's starting to show wear and tear, and I do not want her totally breaking down. Alright, Southeast Asia, plenty of harbor facilities down there, so we'll just pull her back right there. Let's see, how's our construction going? We've got the budget for more stuff. I just need to decide what to spend it on. It is time for some more destroyers, so let's order those. Order another batch of 4. And we could probably use some more cruisers. These Conquest class are very impressive ships. I am quite happy with those overall. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 gun broadside. And 28 knots. That is pretty solid ships right there. So let's see if we can grab a few more of these. So we'll just order 2 more of those. And there we go. That brings us up to a total of 7 in the class. Pretty good. Actually, maybe more than that, since I think we had one commissioned already. Yeah, lead ship is already commissioned. So that's a total of 8 in the class. Very good. Alright, well, let's keep on pushing this invasion. On to our next turn. Oh. Anti-British rebellion has broken out in our possession, Kenya. I do not approve of that. Ooh, battleship engagement against France. That's unexpected. I'd be very surprised if I accept this, but I obviously want it, so let's go. France declines, of course. And now we have a cruiser action. I expect they will be a little bit more enthusiastic to accept this. Or not, France declines again. Convoy attack large. I don't think France has the forces to fight this. Yep, they decline. Convoy attack, Bay of Biscay, large. I accept, and France declines a 4th time. I guess France just doesn't want to fight. The Conquest is commissioned to the Navy. The Destroyer D is commissioned to the Navy. And the Army wants more resources. Nope. They never use their resources efficiently. Only the Navy can win this war. We should not waste resources on indecisive trench warfare against a continental power and an island nation that we have both effectively blockaded. Ooh, that's interesting. Machinery development reduction gears increases endurance. It's actually a pretty significant thing because turbine engines are designed to operate at a very high RPM, but naval propellers are only really efficient at relatively low RPMs. It is much better to have a large propeller turning at slow speeds than a small propeller turning at fast speeds. So up until now, we've had to go with direct drive turbines, necessitating small propellers and poor efficiency. Going with reduction gears allows us to have bigger propellers and better efficiency, hence the increased endurance for a given range setting. Ooh, and we also get improved face hardening, better armor quality. Well, that's always nice. And those submarines are just causing all sorts of problems. But hey, at least we're starting to sweep minefields. Ha! French AMC has hit a mine and is sunk. Good riddance. That is one less mine layer for the French. And we are still having troubles with those submarines. They're sinking 13 merchants this time. And we're still sinking a decent number, but that is not great. Only 3 submarines sunk. And those raiders are causing all sorts of problems in Northern Europe. At least they are not running the blockade. So all those French raiders are quite effectively bottled up. Rumors of mutinies in the French fleet. That is interesting. That is very interesting. I suspect that this war may be over sooner than we expect. That's unexpected. What does that mean? Airship base status A. Huh. I wonder what that means. Oh, active. Okay. Yeah, that makes sense. Nothing significant there. We've already done our ship orders for now. Alright, let's move on to our next turn. Oh, here we go. Battleship engagement invasion battle. Do we even have a dreadnought in the area? Oh yeah, we do. The Emperor of India is there. Well then, let's fight this. I accept. And of course, France is unable to challenge. So we gain the victory points, and our troops invade Corsica. Outstanding! Huzzah! And increased industrialization improves national resources. Good. That should help our monthly balance. And that should be a big long-term bonus as well. Light cruiser Scylla finished working up. Good. She's in the active fleet now. And the Goliath is in the yard with engine troubles. That is unfortunate. Another destroyer joining the fleet, and fighting continues in Corsica. Should be able to push them back pretty quickly, though, I think. And they are still out raiding. But hey, at least the number of friendly merchants sunk has gone down, and the number of enemy submarines sunk has gone up. Looks like our ships are starting to gain experience at doing things. Huh. We only got 240 VPs for blockading the enemy. That's unexpected. I would have expected more result. We do. Oh, we lost the blockade against Japan. Okay, that explains it. Let's bring the Invincible back now that she's been patched up. See if we can get into another fight over there. Northeast Asia. Okay. We'll bring her back in, try and reestablish that blockade. Alright, that's all set. Let's move on to our next turn. Battle in support of land combat. I accept. France declines, so that's good. Enemy raid on coastal shipping. Location white. Large battle. Oh man, right in the middle of the channel. Alright, I accept. Is France unable to challenge our forces in the area in Northern Europe too? That's weird. Oh man. Oh yeah, they had mutinies. Their ships might not be available to sail. Methinks France is going to be collapsing soon. I hope we can finish our invasion and capture Corsica before they collapse. Alright, and we've gotten hold of blueprints for the Richelieu. Another ocean class under construction. Wow, they must be desperate if they're still building ocean class. Well built, or well armored, but not enough guns. Only 12-inch guns? That is not sufficient. Our top spy has gotten hold of Russian blueprints. Huh. Well, that's an interesting looking ship. 16,000 tons. We've got some 8-inch guns. This looks like some strange variant of armored cruiser. I wonder what sort of a use this would have. It's not large. It's fast. It's not well gunned though, and it's not well armored. Our battle cruisers could take this thing out no problem. The only problem is that it's fast, so it could technically outrun them. But all it takes is one good hit, and it would be over. Oh no, I forgot about the rebellion in Kenya. Oh my, enemy submarine has torpedoed and sunk our battleship Rodney? Oh no, that was one of our newest battleships too. Okay, these submarines are getting out of hand. A large liner is sunk by a Japanese submarine with heavy loss of life. Oh. Sounds like Japan has gone unrestricted. Not very effectively. But they are doing stuff, and I do not like that. We need some serious anti-submarine. Alright, we need to bump this up. Okay, we need to rearrange stuff. So ASW, we'll crank that up to high. This is getting absurd. And we also need some armor development. Let's see, what other stuff can we turn down to compensate? Let's see, we can turn down our torpedo development because that's been pretty solid so far. And nope, we definitely need subdivision damage control. We definitely need fire control. It is about time for some significant armor development, so we do want to focus on that. And we definitely need anti-submarine warfare. That is important. Let's see, what can we turn down? AP projectiles. Yeah, I think we're going to do that. We're going to actually, let's turn down ship design. We'll bump that down to medium. We'll also turn down our AP projectiles, because that's already pretty solid. And we'll actually reduce our expenditures on ship design because of our advantage. And the fact that we've already developed most of the technologies available at this time frame. I think it's safe to turn that down some. Then we can focus on ASW and armor. Get some of those nice developments. Alright, we'll call that good. And hooray, we've reestablished the blockade with Japan. And our monthly balance definitely supports construction of new battleships, so I think it's time to start doing that. Alright. Actually, hold on, let's kill that. Let's base our design off the previous ships, the Hercules, because I was actually quite happy with those. And let's see if we can mostly just pick up the speed somewhat, now that we've got more efficient stuff. So let's bump up our displacement to 45,000 tons, and let's see how much speed that gets us. I'm hoping for at least 25, maybe 27 knots. Ooh, we're so close. Oh man. I do like the 45,000 ton displacement, but we're so close to being 27 knots solid. What would it take to go 28? Could we do 28 at... Alright, at 50,000 tons we could do a 28 knot fast battleship. Well, that's not enough deck. Okay, that is not enough deck there. We need to bump that up. So if we put that at 4 knots, or 4 inches... Actually, let's take a look at gun data. Oof. Yeah, we need more deck armor. Alright, let's see. Let's try 4.5. How does that look? Oh, hang on. That was the wrong thing. Actually, we've got all or nothing now. So let's do that. That should be some significant savings. There we go. We've got that all or nothing going for us now. And that gets us in. Let's see if we can bump up the deck a little more. 4.5. Oh, not quite. What kind of protection does that give us, though? That is still a solid amount of protection. Is there anywhere that we could save 158 tons? We've already removed torpedoes, so that's not a thing. We don't have aircraft launching capability, so we're not going to worry about that. Let's see. I don't think I can shave enough off the conning tower to make up for it. Yeah, if I go down to... Actually, that actually almost works. If we do 7 inches, that gets me a 28 knot fast battleship. That is impressive. Let's see, does it work? Oh yeah, we've already got a name. Alright, so we're going to have to select another name. Alright, we'll call it the Iron Duke. There we go. That keeps up with our naming conventions, getting us our next name in the alphabet. And also a very impressive ship. I am quite happy with this. We've got a little bit of extra weight for future upgrades. We've got very good armor protection. Actually, let's see. Oh, I forgot to do turret armor. Okay, that's a problem. Alright, we need at least more turret armor. So let's bump that up to 5. We need more turret face protection as well. Let's see, what kind of face are we looking at? Yeah, so we currently got 14 inches. Yeah, let's see about like 16 inches or so. How does that work? 15 inches is 1 knot enough to make up for that? Yeah, there we go. Okay, so 27 knots for our new fast battleships. Alright. It's a pretty solid looking ship. Alright. We've got good armor protection. We've got a solid deck. And I know some people might say that's not enough deck armor, but honestly, most engagements take place at shorter ranges where the belt gets hit much more often. So I am still more concerned about belt armor than I am about deck armor. Most engagements are just too close for deck to be significant. Even at ranges where the deck can be penetrated, more hits still hit the belt. So we're still going to keep a solid belt protection, and we're throwing plenty of additional protection on the turrets just to make sure that our ships don't go boom boom like the British were known to do, and what we've seen in a few of our early designs as well. Alright, so we're going to do one last check. Yep, we still have not perfect training gear for our secondaries, but that's okay. That happens. Actually, let's see. Is there anything else we can do with this? Triple turrets. I mean, it is a weight savings. I'm not going to lie. But, let's see. Bumping it up to triples and then 5 inches of secondary armor. It's 1 extra inch of... But a hit that penetrates knocks out 3 guns instead of 2. Nope, can't do extra guns there. But I could do extra guns on the tertiaries. Sounds good to me. Alright, we'll use that as our tonnage dump. We'll call that good. One last double check. Yep, looks good. We'll save that. And we're going to start development. And then we can hopefully, in another 3 years, add 2 super modern fast battleships to our fleet. Alright. We'll call that good. How's our fleet distribution doing? Looks good. Yeah, we're definitely going to have to get rid of these semi-dreadnoughts. They are now just a liability. In fact, as soon as possible, I would like to replace all of our 12-inch gunned dreadnoughts too, because they are definitely showing their age and their weakness. They did not do too well against the French in the last few fights. So those 12-inch guns are not big enough for modern capital ships. It's all about the 15 and the 16-inch guns now. And who knows, maybe in the future we'll go up to 17 or 18-inch guns. We can build up to 20-inch, although that is a little bit of a ridiculous design. And now that we've got our new impermeables up, I'm going to put the other incomparable on trade protection as well. See if we can start shutting down some of those raiders. Let's see, construction. Is it time for new destroyers? Not quite. We'll give it another turn. Alright, on to our next turn. Alright, battle in support of land combat. I accept. France declines. Another battle in support of land combat. I accept. France cannot challenge us because their ships have mutinied. Oh boy, and that's why you never give the army anything. Latest army offensive turns into an unmitigated disaster with massive casualties. Enemy gains 1,000 victory points. That's a drop in the bucket compared to what we have accomplished, but hey, every little bit counts. Oh, hey, improved triple turrets. Eliminates rate of fire and reliability penalty for triple turrets. Oh, here we go. Depth charges. That should help out with our ASW. Depth charges enables depth charges on ships. Alright. And sure, our scientists are currently baffled by the problems of Daihatsu barges, so improved landing capability. Heavy fighting in Corsica, enemy fortifications holding up our advance. I bet we could fix that if we could actually get into some of those naval fights and take out those fortifications. Enemy fleet dominates the seas around the Solomons, lose 40 victory points. Okay, looks like they do still have a few ships out raiding in Northern Europe, but the others, the armored cruisers, have moved along. And the Japanese are almost completely out of it. And once again, the blockade is reestablished, so that's good. And we had a rebellion we needed to deal with. I almost forgot about that. Let's go take a look. So there was a rebellion in... where was it? Kenya. Let's see, where is that? Here we go, Kenya. Yep. Alright, Indian Ocean. Well, what better way to resolve that than by sending a battleship? So we've been doing pretty well on our fights so far. Actually, let's send the Hood. Keep the battleship for the major fight. We'll send the Hood to the Indian Ocean. Let's see, is there anything else that we could send? We've got 2 cruisers in there. So we'll put those on active fleet as well. Make sure that they stay in the Indian Ocean. At least for now, and hopefully we'll be able to turn that thing around, get that repressed. But, oh hey, look at the time. Well, I think we're going to have to call this episode to a close. We've had some good fights. We got our invasion of Corsica, and we'll see how that invasion works out in the next episode. Until then, I'm Katori87, signing out.